I'm intrigued by this one, Henry, as is Matthew Edgar sitting alongside me, because this table in Group A, after 8 games played on Monday, could not be tighter. One thing we will know after 3 rounds of matches is that 3 players will be on 4 points and 3 players will be on 2. So nobody so far, Matt, is out of the running.
I think that's how this group's going to go as well. I don't think we're going to have a runaway leader like we've seen in previous weeks. I think it's going to be a week where we don't have anyone cut away from the bottom. I think everyone in this group is very well matched. And with that, we're going to get lots of different results. I don't think we're going to get any head-to-head stats where one player runs away from it. But in this game, for me, this one's about John Henderson. Because whenever anyone comes to the Super Series, we normally give them that full day's grace.
It's John to throw first. Game on.
But in this situation, all the question marks that we normally ask over a player, that he's kind of had that chance to go and experience that now. What's it going to be like in this venue? What's it going to be like with this atmosphere, this group setting, coming back after playing certain games? All the different question marks we'll put over based on the format
100.
is now experienced. And it's sort of a situation where if we're going to see the best of John Henderson, it's going to start from now.
For John's sake, I hope you're right. But I think he'll be glad to have those 2 games
140.
We're now into the lunchtime period of our play. We'll go through to around about 2:30 this afternoon local time. And if you are tuning in from overseas, don't be ashamed to get in touch. At MSS Darts is our Twitter handle. You can get in touch via Instagram and Facebook as
60.
well. What chance do you give John Henderson of winning this week? That's the question for the next hour or so. But I think already he looks a bit more
59.
at ease with the challenge than he was this morning. This feeling of urgency when you're playing challenge to a
139. John, you require 142.
You don't really need that urgency here. You need to have a very different outlook of patience. I think it's probably the most prominent word.
And one thing we've seen here from NiallCulleton is a lack of patience. We've
94.
seen him change his darts multiple
Niall, you
times
require
today.
62.
We're now seeing him change the pace. He's throwing visibly quicker than he was earlier on.
42.
Trying to find something, trying to hunt for something,
John, you
trying to
require
look
48.
for a spark. The man who's not playing with the confidence
game
that
shot.
John
And
Henderson
the first
is.
leg. John Henderson.
You mentioned about those sort of things that you need to look at in these groups. Now, when I was coaching football, and
Second leg, it's Niall to throw first.
For a
Game
professional
on.
club, and I always used to tell my players that
45.
we don't train to win for 90 minutes because for 89 minutes I expect we're going to cancel each other out if they follow the systems and the strategies and the tactics that we train for.
81.
It's those individual choices that happen for 2 or 3 seconds which win or lose matches, which is a touch in the box, a decision you need to quickly, sharply make. It's exactly the same with these groups and with these games of darts, because what's going to happen is these players are going to average around about 83 to 93 and cancel each other out for almost every single
55.
moment of the match, barring a missed double and gives you an opportunity like an 82 finish, or in some of the cases we've seen already today
79.
where Richard North took out the 136 or the 107. And that'll be a game like this, because this game and what we've seen so far looks like it's going to be an evenly matched game, and it's going to be
134.
something around about the 65 to 85 where they get an opportunity that's going to potentially turn this one.
Already we've seen Henderson on a
139.
48 checkout in leg 1. Miss a single, but then take the double with the next dart. Now, if I walked up to John right now and asked him,
55.
did you go for that 16?
No,
I already know the
require
answer.
138.
He was going for a single 8. Niall's going for double 19 for double top. Now, in that spot, I don't think that's the right call, because Hendo is not on a finish.
140.
Just so happens he's repaired it pretty well, but he is about to be put under pressure. Here he comes.
I call that unnecessarily aggressive.
100. Now you require 24.
Could have been coming back for a 2
That's
dot.
game shot and the second leg. NiallCulleton.
Second leg of the match. 2 holds a throw. So it'll be a key moment in this game. And I expect that we're going to see this a lot. That they're just going to keep cancelling each other out.
Third leg,
keep
it's John
cancelling
to
out
throw
those
first.
moves.
Game on.
And it'll all come down to one exchange of a throw apiece.
100.
I've got a good nickname suggestion for Niall. The Jewel.
99.
As in Jewel. Not the Dual. You've never seen the movie The Jewel of the Nile?
I've only
100.
watched in my life probably about 10 movies on repeat.
You're not going to get on with Richard North.
No, I don't. I'm not. Like, I watch something.
100.
Watch something. I can watch it like over and over again. I've actually just recently ventured out, and I know I'm late to the party for this, but I've actually recently ventured out to the In-Betweeners.
57.
You're only about 20 years too late. Niall's hoping he's not too late.
92.
Let's get that second dart in. I wasn't sure if it was in or not. But it was. Gives him half a dart lead against Hendo here, who has somewhat cutely found the bottom left corner of that 60 bed.
100.
I'm with you, Matt. I think this is a very tight game. And there's going to be a moment
95.
on a
John,
certain
you
number,
require
a low
144.
number, where things may change. It may even be in this leg.
It may be this
60.
shot.
Now you require 115.
84, 115. They say about key moments. The moment that could cancel something out. That could make a move.
99.
This
John,
could be
you
it
require
because he's left
84.
himself double 8 for a breaker throw.
It's got to be treble 13. Can't find it. He was going for broke there.
28. Now you
He
require
got
16.
79 with 3 darts. Yours got treble 19, but the treble 13 was the play there.
12.
And Culleton misses his opportunity, so Henderson does
John, you
get
require
something fairly
56.
small in 56. That 2-1 lead. Struggling average-wise today, John. Can he find tops again?
36.
No.
Now you require 4.
What a lie. It's even better now.
That's game
And that's
shot and
why
the third leg.
He can sneak them
NiallCulleton.
over the top just like that and use those darts as a bit of a cushion. 2-1 Culleton when it probably should have been 2-1 Hendo.
Fourth leg, it's
Key
Niall to throw
moments.
first. Game on.
Come on. Right. I'm going to put you on the spot again because I'm enjoying it. It's very, very simple.
140.
We are at the start of 2023. We're fresh from Q School and Challenge Tour. This is almost like draft month for the Super Series. Now, we aren't privileged
140.
to have enough clout to say who we can get to play in coming weeks.
59.
We know who's playing next week because the likes of Jim McEwen, Justin Smith, Jamie Kelling, some others are going to return for the big prize next week. 20 grand up for
96.
grabs next week, don't miss it. But of the people who didn't get tour cards, who would you put in if it was up to you?
78.
Who would you want to watch? Who would you want to play against or commentate on? Who's at the top of your I want list?
There's a player who's really caught my eye
60.
recently, and for many reasons, mostly the consistent ability at the very, very top end, and that is the practice partner of Ryan Searle, Owen Bates.
134.
Yeah, he didn't have a bad challenge to a weekend. He's now at number 6 on that list, behind all of the 5 different winners from
30.
the first 5 tournaments of the Challenge Tour
Now you
season.
require
So,
90.
call.
2 finals, running around that 95 sort of average for most of his games.
70.
Good story. Left darts. Played it in his youth days. Was really good. Left for a bit. Started picking them back up again a year ago.
45.
speaks very highly of him.
Now you require 20.
Well, I'm sold. Can Niall sell double 10?
That's game
Nope.
shot
He finds
and the
fives
fourth
and a
leg.
3-1 lead. Hendo
NiallCulleton.
not getting what he wants. And so far today, his current average in this game of around 78.5 is not that far from where he's been all day long.
Fifth leg, it is John to throw
I
first.
mentioned a
Game
possibility
on.
of fatigue today. It might be manifesting itself in his performances.
Oh, without a doubt. Absolutely.
60.
But I think for me as well, when you look at the way the games are going, it's also happening in a very painful way. for him.
100.
So if we look at those last two legs from NiallCulleton, he's took it out last dart in hand, which when you're stood behind and you've heard the first two darts go in, you just have a little look at the board just to see what's going on. And when you see
140.
that third dart go in, it just kills all that hope, and that opportunity just evaporates. So ideally,
140.
just want it to be over with nice quick. If they're going to win it, get it done first dart and get on with the next.
I'll give you a couple of names of people on the
81.
challenge tour this year that I'm looking forward to seeing. Potentially, because this is just me talking. Scott Mitchell.
85.
He played very well in this project when we were doing it from home a couple of years ago. But then he got himself a tour card, but wasn't able to retain it.
60.
And look a little bit further down the list and you see some new names. Like Jeremy van der Winkel.
100. John, you
I wanna
require
see what he's made
160.
of, that kind of thing. What's Hendo made of here? Not enough. Might be his second defeat incoming. Courtesy of this 76.
120. Now you require 76.
Well, that doesn't work. And neither does that. That was just a really messy first start. And then you have to hope you get the 25 for shot of the ball for the
27.
match.
John, you require 40.
Double 10.
That's
Well, that's
game
a great shot
and
there.
the fifth leg.
And good
John
mental strength there from
Henderson.
Henderson as well, because Culleton was so disappointed in missing that 76 that he was pointing to his head as he was walking past Henderson. And Hendo could have been
Sixth
distracted
leg,
by
it's
that,
Niall
but
to throw
he
first.
finds a third dart double
Game on.
to get himself over the line.
I am intrigued as well to see the potential debut of Adam Hunt and Max Holt
81.
as well. I think they could be two players that dropped off the tour. Even Ron Muhlenkamp, I'm surprised to see that not only did he drop off the tour, but that he hasn't really gone back on.
100.
And that he didn't really perform too well either at the Challenge Tour. But one person who did perform well at the Challenge Tour, who's got to be said, had a torrid 2022.
83.
Someone who's coming here next week, this week as well, in Fallon Sherrick. It'll be interesting to see how she does, because she's looking like she's having a much better 23.
I wouldn't be surprised if she's in Champions League next week. I
140.
would not be shocked to see her win this week. She is playing some great stuff. But for me, as someone who's been here from the very off, as we see,
180.
first 180 of the match from Niall, who's starting to show a bit of gumption up there. The one player that shocked me most not getting a tour card was
85.
Daryl Pilgrim.
Now you require 157.
We will see more of Daryl in the next few months, but I was very, very surprised that he did not get a card.
137.
But a win in this match is possible for Cully, with Hendo outside the finishing zone on 176. He did not get a match start in the previous leg, but he's about to get
60.
3.
Now you require 20.
Oh,
15.
well, well, well. We talked about turning
John, you
moments in
require
this game.
116.
This would turn the game on its head. It's difficult. He's wondering why that flight was shivering. I don't think it was particularly settled in the stem prongs
100.
there.
Now
Does
you
Hendo
require
get
5.
that treble 20? 1 dot too late. Yes, he does.
shot,
And Culleton gets the win by 4 legs to 2. More for Hendo to mull, and he will be in the bottom 3 players in the group after 3 rounds of matches. As for Cully, he's going to be in the top 3 That 86 average, his best performance of the day, and it does get him to 4 points.